Hey, Kindle, good evening. Here to God willing, complete the mimer from Likkutei Torah on Parshas Metzora. We only have a few lines left. I left over a couple of lines because we were a little time pressured and I was starting something brand new. Learning to bind our souls to God, give pleasure to God, hasten redemption, further the Rebbe's malchus, because that is what we're all about. The Rebbe, when people are aware of the Rebbe and his teachings, then Hashem can't help but give us the Gula. And the world will be filled with knowledge of God anyway. And the Baal Shem Tov says, when your well springs have spread out, so we're certainly spreading out the well springs, and it says that knowledge of God is going to cover the earth like the waters cover the sea. Making this happen, God willing, netter. So, yeah, we're making it happen, bring the redemption. We're going to have eternal life and all the good stuff, and we're going to hang out learning about God all day. But the more people are aware of the Rebbe and his teachings, then the better it's going to be. It's going to go faster and clearer and easier. We can even lift the bottom, too. It's one thing God should just shine a big light and we'll have redemption, but if Hashem turns off the light, the world goes back to being the world. But the world's filled with Hasidus. The world itself becomes a godly place permeated with Hashem, which is our goal. Alright, so let's see, what do we got? What do you call a cow that doesn't give any milk? Utter failure. Alright, so maybe we can count the beginning there as our little Farbringen. And it is Thursday night where Hasidim typically Farbring and get together and share stories and encourage each other in the ways of Avoda. We're going to get up early and daven like mentioned and Hasidus and pray to God and all these type of good tzach. And we're going to make it happen. Alright, so I hope you got your math hat on. So we are on page Chaf Chei. We are holding about 2/3 of the way down the page. So the line that starts Legabe in the second column. In the second column, Os Gimel, about 2/3 of the way down, there's a line that starts Legabe Yud, right after the period. So hopefully you're following along, you can see me. Zehu in Shema Yisrael. This is the whole idea of Shema Yisrael. Talking about a person needs a fire that they want to get out and do, get out of themselves and go serve God. But if this fire isn't channeled, it could divert into the wrong thing. So what keeps on track is the bittul that's even higher. The fire, we're saying, is the brains of the mother. The bittul is the brains of the father. And when they work in together, you have this beautiful controlled fire that spreads nothing but godliness. And we're saying this idea is related to the idea of Shema Yisrael. Listen to Yidden. Shame, if you break Shema, which is Shin Mem Ayin, into shame and Ayin, shame has gematria ben v'rupach. So shame is 340. So we're saying that's equal to ben plus rupach. Let's do the math if I'm doing this right. Ben is 52. Rupach is 288. 288 and 52 is 340. Alright, perfect. And Ban, I should say Ban. Ban is one of the names of Hashem, generally referring to the animal soul or the world of Tohu. Rapach are the Rapach Netzutzus that fell during Shviras HaKelim, so some really holy stuff. Yakshu Klali Shorsha Ayin Rabosai, and that they should, these fallen sparks, and this animal that fell, all associated with Tohu, should be reunited and included in their source, which is the great Ayin. As we left out the Ayin of Shema Yisrael. So what's this ayin that represents their source? It's the Zayin Tachtoinim De'ema. It's the 7 lower parts of the mother. So ayin is 70, and the 7 lower parts, I think we're going to say, refer to the 7 midos. And each midah includes the other 10. So 7 times 10 is 70. I told you, I hope you had your calculator out. It's going to get a little mathy for a minute. This is the idea of all the fallen sparks in the animal soul, which have super high source, being reunited with their source. The Yochal will be Yisrael Saba, and then those being included in Yisrael Saba. So we got the 7 lower parts of the mom, the fire is back, but it's included in the Yisrael Saba, the Yisrael elder, which is the bittul to God and His oneness and His clarity and His goodness and kindness and love and faith. And then everything is perfect. Anki Dori. And afterwards the coin goes out. That will take this tremendous fire and draw it down. It should be enclosed, tailor-made into vessels and letters. Yisod Abba, which is the foundation of the Father. Boked Yisod Ema, this idea of this perfect enclosement of the fire into the godly letters of Torah is the foundation of the father breaking through the foundation of the mother. Seemingly now you're going to have birth. Let's think about that 1 second. So when you have the letters of Torah, these godly letters of Torah full of flames and fire and focus, included in the Yisrael Saba, this is the brains of the father breaking through the brains of the mother. It has to be encased in that bittul. Then it can break through. The Torah will break through. Without this, it could be Torah, it could be fire, it could be good. It won't be rooted, it won't be here, it won't be grounded. So when it's grounded, this is the idea of the foundation of the father breaking through the foundation of the mother. Thinking that you got parenthood and fathering everything. Seems like this is a secret to marriage. You have to take it to heart. See what's going on. Alright, a little more for bringing. See what else is going on. And then it'll spread outside. Kenoda be'inin ach yetze Yaakov, according to that Inyan. O yuvan Inyan zev mashikazav machanachar divrei maskul ro'anochi be'inyan achal eitan hainu chibur bechinas yud kei tarin reim. Talked at other places you could look to understand this idea of uniting the Yud K, which are two good friends, Chachma and Bina, like we talked about earlier. The Bina should be encompassed in Chachma. Everything's good and it's kind and sweet and it just flows and it's smooth and easy. It's good. When you have this smooth flowing river, this ever flowing river of strength, it can even be further drawn down into the Vav K, the latter two letters of Hashem's names, which are generally referred to as the midos, the emotions of thought, speech, and action. So far, up till now, we just had the intellect focused. We had the intellect focused on God, excited about God, and rooted in a nullification of God. So all the thoughts were going to be aimed for God, encompassed in God, learning letters of Torah, but with a nullifications to God's infinite oneness. Now it's actually being drawn down, God willing, into emotions and thought, speech, and action. Like we said, this is the idea of coming to the Kohen, and later the Kohen going out. And then he's healed. Now we can also understand this verse about this is the law for the Metzora, the afflicted person, God forbid. Once he comes to the Kohen, once he attaches the hay back to the Yud, the Bina back to the Achma, then he'll have a complete Torah, like we see in the verse, that this is the Torah of the Metzora. A person could have it's an interesting idea. Chaim l'chaim. Everything you want, need, Mashiach now. God forbid, even a person's Torah could be afflicted if it's not rooted in this bittul. It could be, God forbid, exile, where it doesn't affect his emotions and his thought, speech, and action. But if he has the fire channeled in the bittul, it should even come down and affect his emotions, thought, speech, and action, God willing, which is the idea of coming to the Kohen and the Kohen going out to him, and everything's now hunky-dory, balanced, perfect. Shech now, everything good. God is good. So let's reveal his glory in his oneness. Shem Shach is Yud Lagabe K. Now everything is flowing perfect, unlike before he made the tshuva. A person needs rotza. He needs to get going. A person needs a fire. He needs motion. He needs action. He has to accomplish. It has to be focused in a tshuva and a humility, a humbleness, a nullification of God. That it's all God's plan. It should be focused for God and encompassed in this complete humility and oneness and nullification. It's one thing to get the soul fired up, but the main thing is to use this fire properly, to draw it down into many vessels, to Osis Torah mitzvahs, particularly into the letters of Torah, and to do mitzvahs. Now we have a channeled fire. This guy's going to be unstoppable. Or this girl, either way. Wow. It's very interesting. I thought it was, in my mind up until now, it was, I don't know if I can show this. It was like, there was a balance, and the fire was overwhelmed or encompassed in a downward force of shuv. The shuv was greater, but I thought it was, kind of tailor-made. I don't know how to show it exactly, but that the shuv was a little bigger than the ratzo, a little bit bigger than the fire, enough just to hold it. And I was saying, no, it's much, much greater. When you have these new heavens, that just like the earth is next to, is like a mustard seed compared to the heavens. The earth is tiny compared to the heavens. So too, this fire compared to the shuv. The fire is important. He has to go, but the shuv is much, much bigger. It wasn't how I was picturing it. It's really a huge shuv. It's really a lot of bittul, a lot of God. He needs enough fire to move and want to go, but should really be overwhelmed with the oneness of God and the flow of God and really encompassed in one's oneness. The fire is like the drop in the sea, like a grain of sand in the universe. The fire is necessary, it has to be, but the shuv is infinite almost comparison. It's not this like tight fit like I thought. It's really a whole lot of shuv to hold the fire. Now the fire is very easy to control and go, and the person has this, they can move pretty easily and effectively through their day and just accomplish and be at peace and do great things. He's got the echad, he's got everything. No drama, no nothing, just boom. It's all good to go. It's beautiful. Alright, see what else we got. Oh, I said that already. I'm surprised. Alright, fine. It's going to have like this tremendous peace. It's like a really peaceful fire. It's just beautiful and useful and enlightening and illuminating. It's a beautiful thing. Wow. Well, we should all have that, and that would for sure hasten intention. And we should have good stuff. Alright. So Shamar Zal, Sof Perik, Tavod Azor, La'olam, Yigos Inish, Avgayim, Mishum Sheikar, Avodah La'olam, La'asos Kalim, Rabin, Lagilim, Shachas Oher. The main avodah is to make the vessels to hold the tremendous light, a lot of vessels to hold this light. What are the vessels he should make? Are the letters of Torah, that he reads and learns. Well, a person should always learn, even though he might forget, even though he doesn't know maybe what he's saying. He should still keep, to satisfy his soul, he should continue to read words of Torah. Alright, sometimes you just have to keep reading. And if he learns a lot of Torah, automatically what will happen, since the light that he generates will last. And now there won't be any fear because he's enclosed in so much Torah. U'ini nistalkos u'igu ispashas adam v'osa makom abaherish shabadam lubish hayos nefesh g'mistalik nefach v'chavor kishel. U'ini nistalkos mochin ava. This is the idea of the brains of the father leaving. Ki hachma ticher, because the hachma is what makes a person live. A person's nullification of God is what keeps him alive, gives him eternal life. U'ba melovish orain sof, and that's where the eternal light is enclosed. Zo inin hadoifek v'hina tshubo. This is the oral law. Nikra Chut Hasheni is called the second thread. Kamashi Kasuv Softi Ramaskun on Lachayacha with Soirim, Vamashikasav Inyan, Talasheni, Alpizos Hukasator, Viham Shakas or Chayos Ahachma law. We're talking about drawing down the infinite light of God and His infinite wisdom. Chut Hasheni Edom, and the second string is red. Kamashi Spashas Dam and Nefesh, Bakwahershi Yikuvasiu Adam. And when he learns, it's interesting how we're saying here. I'm going to put all this together in a minute, God willing, with God's help. But I hope you have your biology hat on too. We're going to do a little biology here in a minute. My Mashikaz Badira Moscow Bashasha Ekdimu Yisrael Nice Lanishma Binin Shtor Nikra Adam Alav Dam Shahu Amamshi Chayas Lachol Harama Chavarim Shem Mitzvah So Akain Namar Alkanes Yisrael Shehuinas Rachel Shikanegda Klipa Nikra Beheres, Azik Shalik, Mashkaza Beis Chaim Shalo, Dirma Mehisavus, Vachinazu, Mimne Kol, Beis Lavush Vishanim, Torah Bopes, Shemamshi, Gili, Chachmila, Abiyasod Barta, Ayedeze, Shum Makom, Alright, at the end of the day, we're going to say you need to learn a lot of Torah, and not only does it fixes everything, and it prevents anything not positive from coming. But let's try, with God's help, to bring it back to what we're learning about this week. Let's attach it to the simple meaning of the verse. Keep in mind there's Pshat, Remez, Drush, and Sod, and as well as so this Pshat is the simple meaning of the verse. No matter how creative an interpretation a person might have of the verse, he cannot divorce the verse of its simple meaning. So we're talking about a guy who's got some, or a girl, God forbid, guy, God forbid, that has some affliction on their body, a saras, a blemish of some kind. And here we're mentioning the beheris. And it seems to be this blemish comes from a lack of blood flow, a lack of circulation to that part of the body. And we're saying that learning Torah, so to speak, increases blood flow, spiritual blood flow. It gets the, I don't know what the right words to use are, just whatever comes to mind, gets the fire moving, gets the blood pumping, it says spiritually you have 248 limbs and 365 veins and sinews. And what gives them life is Torah. So when you get the Torah going through your entire body, get the circulation going properly, you knock out the, God forbid, beheris, and you also prevent any future, God forbid, blockages. Now let me see if I can say this idea inside. So he said, first, don't fear, because your whole house is enclosed with beautiful garments. Because let's say there's this white blemish, which is the problem that the blood isn't getting to that place. Because we know the blood holds the life force of the soul. And if there's no blood going there, it could be a white spot on a person, God forbid. Spiritually, this means he lost the brains of the father, the bittul, the shuv, which keeps a person alive, which has Hashem's infinite light in it. And then when he goes back and learns lots of Torah, this gives him more life, good blood flow, and light, and Hashem's supernal wisdom, and the redness, so to speak, makes his blood flow out and flips the beheris back and makes it nice again. Another place Torah is referred to as Adam, olive dam. Dam is blood, which means it gives blood to the whole body. Which are the mitzvahs, who are often referred to as Rachel, a sheep, which is corresponding opponent, so to speak, is the klippah called this beheris, this mark. And we say we don't have to be afraid of that, because everybody's learning so much Torah, and there's so much supernal wisdom filling the person, that the foundation of the father, that Hashem's supernal wisdom is the foundation of the daughter. Meaning everything's encompassed in this tremendous bittul. And now there's no worry for any possible problems. If a person's encompassed in this bittul, the blood flow is going to be good. Everything's going to get where it needs to get. And going to have eternal life. And these bodies, the Mashiach now, whatever else a person needs, they're going to have that. So the Torah gets our blood pumping, makes a healthy person. Nevertheless, it has to be, Torah learning has to be encompassed in this. Tremendous as Torah learning is, it's much more important to have I can say much more important, but a person should learn no matter what. A person should always learn, but seems to be we're saying here, the Rebbe is saying that it's much more important, these are my words, to have an awareness of God's oneness as an infinity, and an idea of bringing it down and making the world a godly place, and then revealing the godliness in the world and revealing God here. And that this fire generated from the Torah should just be a drop in the bucket compared to the infinite oneness that encompasses it. It's an interesting ratio. Not trying to minimize Torah study in any way. Obviously, Torah study is critical and it connects us to God. But if it's not encompassed in this bittul, this nullification of God, it could be light a fire in the person that could later go out of bounds into even things that aren't so good. So make sure he stays on track as this huge dome of a bittul, of awareness of God's oneness. He has that. He'll always be on track and have peace, and move nicely, and have good blood flow from all the Torah he's learning, which he'll happily learn in a peaceful, comfortable way. We'll have Mashiach now. Everyone should have what they need, they shouldn't need. Everyone should have what they want, that's for good. We should have Mashiach, we should have the Redemption, we should be together. Let's stay connected. Mashiach now.